Previous session, it's been several weeks now. You guys had spotted some sail to the northwest from your position where you were laying in anchor, waiting to see if you could spot the treasure fleet. After dark, in uh, in complete darkness, you ran silent by yourself, Pete, towards the source of that cannon fire, um, and towards those sails you had spotted with the intention of scouting. You rolled very, very poorly and ended up dangerously close before you actually spotted the sails out there.
I think that I'm with him.
Yeah, I wasn't. Well, not
That's
alone.
accurate.
Alone. He means it's only the
Right.
It's only the peaceful intentions.
peaceful intentions is here.
Right. Just want to make sure. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so there's definitely some ships over this way. One of them, at least one of them, definitely saw us. I think we were about to hightail it out of here.
You were about to hightail it out. Actually, I believe the last thing that happened before you were about to hightail it out, and it's your turn first,
Yep.
was they started ringing their ship's bells. So that's probably not good.
No, it's not. All right, let me get the book open. Okay. So the first thing we need to do here is turn around.
Okay, well, tell me exactly how you're planning to move. You want to turn?
Yep, I'm just thinking about how we should do this. Turning, there's a way to, let's see, corrections. Come about is agility. My agility's pretty good. How's your agility, Voodoo?
Not good.
Okay.
A 0.
All right, well, I'll make sure we can turn around, and then you can try full sailing us.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so our ship agility is 2, and then my
Oh,
agility is 4.
Which one of you is at the helm then?
I think that would be me.
Okay, one of you helms and the other one can take crew actions.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Let's see. In that case, why don't we have you be the helmsman, Voodoo? Since it's just the two of us here, and I will be doing the crew actions as the captain,
Oh, okay.
yelling things like "come about" and "full sail." However, we can only do one of those since you have to helm. Forgot about that.
You can always take 2 crew actions.
What do you mean? Is that
You
did
you
not
get
just
a
say that we
minimum of
can't?
2.
Oh,
You get a
a
minimum of 2.
Okay. Can I take
But
both of them?
You will get one with one person's modifier, and since the other one is captaining, the other one's a straight roll.
Okay. Oh, so the other one is not being made by like a PC. It's just the crew
Right.
rolling. All right, I gotcha. Okay, then I will do the come about. Nope, tapped it twice. All right, we pass.
Okay, that's fine. So, what are your maneuvers exactly? You're turning. You
We're
can
going.
turn once in place, and then you have to move before you can turn again.
Okay. Yeah, I think that is the way we want to turn. So then we will move 1 hex forward.
Sorry, I didn't mean to assume which way.
No,
You
I
were
was
gonna
thinking
want to
about
turn.
it, but that is the way we will turn. Ah, thank you. Okay, and then we will turn another hex clockwise and move forward 1, and then another hex clockwise. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We just moved twice, and we get 5 moves. So move us another 3 hexes forward, please.
Let's see. You started your turn. You started your turn into the wind, so you might not get that full amount.
Oh,
Was he into the wind or just near the wind?
Actually, he was near the wind.
Because I think the Tartane is an ability where near the wind doesn't matter. It's only
Oh, that's
directly
right, it
against
does.
it.
no, we were nowhere near the wind. You left it all the way over there, AGR.
That's fair. So, what you got? 3 more?
I believe so. I'm
Okay, go
trying to
ahead.
find where it describes the. Oh, here we go. Optional wind rules.
So there's the party.
With the wind, close to the wind. Oh, okay. They're not that far off. Yeah, so we get 3 more. Did you just move us? Yep. Okay. And now the crew will attempt an unassisted full sail action. Let's see, they need agility 12. They only get a +2, and they don't make it. Um, Remind me how Devil's Luck works again.
You consume it, and you can roll a thing.
Okay. Let's see, I've got. Alright, I don't know what these labels mean, but whatever. So we only need to do better than a 10. Hey, we'll take that.
Okay.
We move 1 more.
You done?
Yep, I think that is it for the Peaceful Intentions' turn.
Okay. You hear drums.
Alright. I'm going to pretend I didn't see all those names. And I don't know what the hell that is.
No, you don't.
Do we see whatever that is?
No, you might. I mean, you might see some ripples on the water. Somebody
Okay.
can probably do like a presence test.
Voodoo, how's your presence? I think you're
Oh,
probably better
yeah,
than I am.
a lot better.
Alright.
Let me just make sure I'm going to be rolling the right things there.
Yeah, there's basically a wake. It looks like there should be a ship there, but there's not. You can definitely see something. There's definitely movement in the water. Like there's waves and ripples. But it's like pitch black, so that's about all you can see. It's like
Mm,
advanced levels of darkness.
so I've heard.
It's like a cloaking ship in there.
No, it's just night.
Sir, Romulan Warbird uncloaking.
Yeah, basically. It's damn dark.
Okay, is it back to us?
Yep.
Alright. Would you zoom out to show how far the party is? Okay. Wonder, do you know where that special ability of the Tartane is written?
It's written on the Tartane stat sheet. Can travel at full speed when close to the wind.
Okay, where is that stat sheet?
The rulebook,
I know, we're in the...
page
I'm
81.
looking... Thank you.
So your gun range is 12. I'd say your visual range is probably about double that. So this is about 24 tiles out. So that's
Okay.
probably roughly your visual range around here.
Oh, god damn it, I've only got the player version. Why is there always another version of this rulebook that has more information than the one I've got? I'm on, like, iteration 3 of getting the real book for this game. Alright,
It's just on the struggle bus over there.
I mean,
I
I just
know.
have the book, and it came with multiple versions of the PDF. One of them had the adventure in it that I was going to run, and then I was like, well, I'll just take a few of these things and I'll do what I want to do.
So what I've got
Uh,
appears to be the player version, which means it doesn't have all of the information in it.
Well, what do you need to know? Because I've got it open right now.
I just wanted to see where it said that, but it doesn't matter. Let me see. So many things to look at. Okay, given that they are further downwind than they are, like, south of us.
so, if you're asking about the Tartane, its special ability is quote can travel at full speed when close to the wind.
Okay.
What you doing?
Sorry, I'm just having a look at this wind diagram, and we're close to the wind right now. Okay, so we can travel at full speed. And we travel 5.
Well, I mean, you're traveling. Yeah.
That is close to the wind, right?
No.
That's not close
Close.
to the wind?
Most of the
So,
wind would be facing almost into the wind.
yeah, it's the two hexes to
This is
the
what, broad
north and
reach?
south of west.
Okay, so I'm looking at this ship, and I'm seeing that if we rotate ourselves counterclockwise by like one tick, we'll be facing directly into the wind, or directly downwind, rather.
Right, you'd be fully, with the wind.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, just pro tip, fully with the wind is not substantially better than this or this, right?
I know,
Like
but
any
we
of
are
those
close
three.
to the wind right now. Or is there
Oh,
something I'm
no.
not understanding? Okay.
Close to
So-
the wind would be this way, going towards the way the wind's coming from, fighting the wind, but not fighting it completely, right? Like,
So it's coming out of the due west.
Oh, I see. That
So-
by close to the wind, they mean close to irons.
Right.
Ah, right. So we're with the wind.
close
right
to the
now.
source of the wind.
Yes, you are with the wind right now.
Okay. Then in that case, we just get to go our full 5. We don't need to turn. So I'm going to do the full sail myself. All right. One more, please. And that's it. Unless, well, no, Voodoo's helping.
Paddle faster.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, I think we keep doing what we're doing. Another 6 hexes. All right. And would you zoom out to show the rest of the party? Ah, yes. All right, we keep going. Another 6.
One moment. Okay.
All right, we keep going. And another 6.
Yep, I moved you 6.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we keep going.
Okay.
Ooh, only 5 this time.
Oof.
Okay, would you zoom out to show the rest of the party? Okay, let me make another full sail roll. Okay, we shall go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will turn straight downwind and go our 6 tacks.
That it?
Do we have a bell?
Yeah.
All right. At this point, I would start ringing the bell.
Okay. Well, it's dark, but everybody can hear the bell.
Yep, including on the Mistress Bounty and the Sitting Dutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably not all asleep, given that they knew that there was sort of an action happening.
Yep.
So yeah, gentlemen, are you just sitting there? Are you doing something?
Well, I should ask, do we know that we're being pursued?
That depends on what Voodoo told you, I suppose.
Well, does Voodoo know that we're being pursued?
Yes, probably.
He can tell.
Yeah,
Okay, there's something coming after us.
yeah.
If-
That wake is still there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever happened over closer to Havana, which I still haven't totally figured out, we got more immediate problems.
Do we see the peaceful intentions from our ships?
Yeah. You can't see it, but you can hear the bell. It is very dark.
Okay. Well, I guess
to my knowledge, they're still running dark. Like, they don't have any lights on.
At this point, I would start lighting the ship up, because the peaceful intentions and the Mistress Bounty and the Sitting Dutch are lit up. Right?
No.
Oh, they're all running dark?
Yeah, you were our forward scout before we were going to go in and attack Havana.
Right.
We didn't want to give away that we were here.
I can't remember if we were close enough to make that a problem or not, or if it was only me that was going that close.
I mean, potentially with your lights on, they would be able to see you.
They would see the glow over the horizon.
Okay, yeah, let's
Yeah.
not do that then.
Light carries a fair distance.
Yes.
I mean, they already knew where you were.
Yeah, but
I haven't been updating them, but
they probably don't know where we've gone at this point. They might be able to guess.
Okay, so he's ringing his bell out there in the darkness. I guess we would move forward to investigate the bell and see what he's ringing on about.
All right.
okay.
Wasn't part of the plan, so something's gone wrong. The Flying Dutch is it's not a fort, it's a flute. So I guess we go forward 3.
No, we should have called it the Sitting Dutchman.
Mhm.
All right. How about the Mistress Bounty?
Since he's not here, I'm going to have him move, and I'm going to have him kind of move in an arc to kind of get some distance between us. So he's going to move 4 to the northeast, going close to the wind. Or sorry, northwest, going close to the wind.
Oh, that's a good point. You're dead against the wind, so you.
Oh, that is right, I am.
Like
Yeah, you're in
one.
irons.
Then in that case, I would tack and not go directly west.
Okay.
I will take my ship north. So go to the northwest, yeah, and go forward 3. Or actually, no, half speed, so 2. Because we don't have the Tartanes. That Tartane, given that it's the faster ship, can we say it would have moved first?
Sure.
Because it would have gone to the southwest, close to the wind, and it would have gone its 5. it's a smaller ship, so it would have. So it would be safer going towards the sandbar and then.
Yeah, they can get right up on it. It's fine.
Right, and then they would cut to the east, and then kind of like they would slow down as they then turn to also be northwest.
They're gonna go fuck off over here somewhere.
No, actually, I just wanted to again. I wanted to get some distance, but yeah, they're gonna go down there, and then they're gonna kind of slowly come about northwest.
Okay, and that's the coast.
Oh, I see. We're really close.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. We were just basically hiding right
this
across.
This is not Havana.
Oh, that's
No.
not Havana. There. I thought that was the fort at the entrance to Havana.
It's a little ways up the coast. You'd have to keep going west.
Okay.
Off the map.
Yeah, that's like a
That's fine.
naval outpost.
But it's nearby.
Yeah. Yeah. The point is that the Ruffles ship, the Mischief's Bounty, yeah, it would go a little south to kind of get closer to that sandbar, and then turn it through the wind to come to the northwest to say on the same bearing eventually.
Okay, well that's your movement for now.
Yeah.
I gotta say, skirting sandbars in the dark is a great way to lose your ship.
That's why the big ship is going north, and the small, light, easier to unbeach ship is going towards the sandbar.
Mm.
I lost my invisible bogey.
He's doing the job too well.
Okay.
Alright, and let's see, now we need to go. I've alerted the party to where I am, and being reasonable sailors, they're not just going to try and sail directly upwind at us. So I'm going to maintain my course. Try another full sail. Just barely make it. So we will
Okay.
head 6 hexes downwind.
Done. All right. So the Mistress Bounty.
So it's going to, as I said, no, it's not going to keep going that way. It's going to start slowly coming about to face northwest. But that would be in irons at that point for that direction. So they would like move and then turn, and that'd probably be it for their movement.
All right. I think they get one move and then they turn. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, and then you?
Keep this heading 2 hexes because we're close to the wind. I'm also at this point going to be having the ship lit up and sounding general orders.
Oh, you're lighting up the ship this close.
You are the one sounding the alarm. That wasn't part of the plan, so I assume you're in trouble. And yeah, being able to see you and be seen at this point is more important than stealth.
That's fair enough.
You are very fortunate.
Alright, when I see them light up, I am also going to order the Peaceful Intentions to light up.
Okay.
Additionally, do we, is communicating with, like, a flash lantern a thing that we do? That we know how to do?
Well, it depends how complex the communicating is.
I mean, I don't know if, I don't think Morse code exists yet, but you could have some kind of signal system. Just have a lantern that shines in one direction that you cover and uncover.
It's pretty typical to use semaphore, so like the idea of a signaling system is not foreign. Lanterns probably less robust, but you could definitely communicate some simple ideas.
Yeah. We'll say communicate distress.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
Or can we communicate pursuit? Or retreat?
Yeah, I suppose that's reasonable. Like a one-word order, I think is probably communicable.
Sure, we'll do that then. All I'm trying to get across is that we are being pursued by something. And then let me make my roll. Okay, we do not get full sail, so only 5 forward.
Okay, everybody else?
So Mission Bounty would turn to be near the wind instead of being directly into it, and then it would move 5. It is still running dark.
Okay.
We would move R2.
Man, I hope I see them.
Well, that's a problem for later. Nice. At this range, there's definitely something poking up out of the water. There's like, I don't know, just like a dark shadow in the water. It's possible to tell that there's some kind of like shadowy mass just under the surface, and sometimes it is poking up over the surf.
Does it look big?
Um,
Fucking submarines.
it doesn't look small. No, yeah, it looks robust.
All right. Now, Havana on this map is to the east.
It would be over here to the west.
Okay. This close, even with the wind blowing to the, blowing to the east. Do I think they would be able to hear cannon fire from where we are?
In Havana?
Yeah.
Probably not. This fort can hear it.
Well, they can probably see us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about that. Voodoo, would you like to fire broadsides at this thing in the water, if that's possible?
Why, certainly.
Sure. That's reasonable. You're not
What's the
exactly sure what you're doing, so I think you have like a -2.
Yeah.
But
We're shooting the broadsides at a very low angle that we're probably not used to.
yeah. Also, actually, you will have to maneuver because you're out of arcs.
Oh yes, that's true. Okay, well that's simple enough to do. We turn 1 notch counterclockwise to put them in our broadsides.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. So what I'm going to do. So what's the cruise bonus? If do we get a bonus for
The
that?
cruise bonus is hold on, let me see what it says in the fire broadsides.
1.
Crew skill plus PC presence. Crew skill is 1.
All right, so we're at -1 because of the difficulty.
So just roll presence.
Well, presence -1, and then I'm going to
Well, no, the crew
use.
skill is 1. So +1
Yeah,
-1.
no, it's -2
Why is it -2?
because that's what AGR said.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes. Then what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use a devil's luck to reduce the DR of the test by 4.
Yeah, do that.
I didn't need to, but did it anyway.
Very good.
Now, what's the damage for?
For our broadsides, it is a D4.
Yep. It's a -D4, by the way.
A what?
-D4?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Got armor.
Oh, okay. So D4 minus a D4.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Okay, with that roll, do we see cannonballs like bouncing off this thing?
Yes.
Okay, so with that, we know that our weapons are ineffective, so I'm not going to order that again.
A couple of them ricochet and bounce back and actually hit the hull. They don't have any force really, but they bounce back and you hear them smack against wood.
That's disconcerting. All right, well, I still have to make my full sail roll. Okay. Uh, could you highlight where they are? The invisible? Ah, yes. Okay, so we've just rotated one, we haven't moved yet.
Right.
So we're just going to go 6 directly forward in our current direction.
Okay.
Going forward, what I'm going to try to do is cut off the sitting Dutch, or yeah, I'll try and cut off the sitting Dutch, assuming that this thing in the water is going to follow us, and then when they see where we're going, hopefully they'll try to follow, which will then put this thing in the water in their gun arcs. And if needed, I'll even curve towards them to try and lure it closer.
I mean, if you keep the same courses, eventually you'll be in shouting distance. You're not that far.
Yeah. Okay.
What's
well,
everybody else doing?
Well, so they lit themselves up and then started firing. Because they were lit up, did we actually see what they were shooting at?
given
I
the
mean,
direction, they might
it
not
looks
have where
like
we
they were
were.
firing into the water. Like you don't see anything. You just see a little puff cloud of smoke floating over empty water.
Okay. We begin. I continue with us to be. Yeah. We move our 2 and close to the wind. The mischief's bounty moves its 5.
Okay.
That is uncomfortably close.
Okay.
I'm guessing something happens now.
Yeah. Yeah. One moment. Oh. Yeah. So there is something uh that that like moves under the boat. Like you feel like the whole boat lift up out of the water for half a second.
That's not good.
Um, and you know a lot of water moves around, but you're fine.
Okay, maybe it's not that big.
I mean, you comfortably move several feet up in the water.
Okay. At least it's comfortable.
Well, the
That's
trip back down is less comfortable, but
a,
nothing terrible happens.
All right.
that's a good thing. Boats are supposed to be out of the water. If they were in the water, they'd be sunk.
Okay. After we do that, is it now on the other side of us?
No, it seems like it goes up under you and lifts up one side.
Oh, and then decided not to go that way.
Well, it doesn't have any movement left.
Oh. So it just kind of bumped into us and lifted us up a little.
Yeah.
Can I see it?
I don't know which way it's facing because I haven't been turning it. It's invisible.
Hmm. Well, this is going to make what I was about to try to do a little bit crazy.
Boarding action?
Well, I was just going to grab my harpoon. Uh, hmm. How much can we exactly do in one turn? Like how much time do we have?
Well, this is it's a naval battle, so it's really not on the same time scale as like a regular battle.
I figured it's not 6 seconds. Like it's more than
It
that.
is not. It is substantially more.
Okay.
But you get one action, like a crew action for yourself. Like you get a minimum of 2 crew actions. You guys have 2 crew actions you can use.
Mhm.
And other is a crew action if you want to do something weird.
Okay. Can I take a personal action in addition to a crew action, or only one or the other?
One or the other.
Okay. So let's see. Even our broadsides have been ineffective against this thing. Like, what I'm seeing on the map here, do I actually see that? Like, can I see the orientation and body of this creature?
You can't right now,
Okay.
but when that happened, you could see it well enough to know that that's where it's at.
And that's what it is. I can tell that it's a turtle.
Yeah. With the lights on it, your mind might not want to believe it because this is a big fucking turtle. But yeah, you're pretty sure.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing I'm stupid then. Instead of wasting the broadsides on this thing, because those haven't really worked, I would like to have the other crew action be to load up a longboat with a couple of brave souls in it to row for me, because we're going to go hunting. So
You're gonna ready a boat.
well, not just ready it. I mean, I want to get this thing into the water with me on it. Yep. Except I want to put this thing like pretty much right where its head is, because that's what I'm going for here. Okay, now that I'm in position, I would like to use my personal action to, let me see my stats here, to throw my harpoon at it, which is a DR10 agility test.
I guess I need to use his personal combat stats for this.
I'm glad that he has personal combat stats.
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, if you can kill a whale this way, you can kill whatever this is. I read about it in a book once. That hasn't been written yet, I don't think.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's 2 completely different topics. One's a white whale, one's this thing.
Yep. Well, this is my white whale.
Ah,
But that's green.
All right, whatever damage you do, just divide it by 5.
Okay. Well, I have to succeed on the check first. Which I do.
And subtract a d6.
Divide it by 5 and then subtract a d6?
No, subtract a d6 from the damage first, then divide.
Okay. Does that do any damage? When divided by 5?
No.
Okay. Now, is that me hitting the shell, or is that me hitting the head and it not doing anything?
I mean, yeah, you hit him in the head, but he has a really thick hide.
All right. I'm gonna stick around here for a little longer. I want to try for the eye. See if we can do anything that way.
Okay, I think you're done.
Yep.
You got another boat action.
That's up to Voodoo. I'm not on the boat anymore.
hmm.
Oh, you have the con, by the way.
Well, yes.
I forgot to say that.
I think you noticed.
The captain just laughed and didn't tell anyone anything.
No, I just see him, taking off the ship's launch and just yeeting himself into the water. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, you just hear like, "Men, get me a longboat."
Well, I don't want to really fire a broadside, otherwise it might hit the captain. So,
Well, the captain's doing this because that didn't work.
well, yeah. So but I mean, that kind of limits my opportunities.
You could try
Um,
small arms.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe I can hit it in the eye. So I'll tell one of the other crew nearby to just grab the wheel and make sure it doesn't spin. Then I'm gonna take my nice flintlock, musket, my bad, and then I'm gonna try to shoot it in the eye.
Okay. You're doing that with your weapon, or you're doing that with the small arms on the boat?
I'm doing that with my weapon.
Okay. Just same rules. You subtract 6 from your damage, and you divide by 5 when you're done.
Okay. So wait, subtract 6.
A D6.
Ah, gotcha.
No, from the damage.
Oh, from the damage. Oh.
So you
Well,
hit, and you rolled your
yeah.
d6. So roll your damage die.
All right, cool. That's just lame.
Well, you did hit it in the eye. The goal here is not to do damage. The goal here is to, like, make it hurt.
Right, and then what? Divide by 5?
The goal here is to piss it off.
Yes. Piss it off
Nice.
enough that it decides to stop being so curious.
Right. Well, so that's like not even a full damage.
What? I think that divide by 5 is in the context of this thing being absolutely fucking huge.
That's okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, it's if I look at its personal combat stats versus its naval combat stats, its health is it's divisible by 5.
Makes sense.
So you're all done.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you guys finished. This was longer than I thought. Setting Dutch mischiefs. You guys are done, right?
Well, have they done anything this round?
We haven't done
I
anything
don't-
this round.
Okay, then go ahead and go now.
All right. Are depth charges a thing?
Not that you have prepared.
You could.
Okay.
No, the powder would just get wet.
That would be pretty non-standard, I think.
I would imagine
had a
trying
reason
to
to
fight
prep it.
subsurface threats, yeah. Can the cannons on either ship be elevated above normal means?
Is it elevated, or what it would be declinated, maybe?
Well, definitely it would be shooting down. I want to elevate and shoot up for plunging fire.
You wanna mortar him?
Yes.
You don't have any mortars. He's definitely.
That's what I was asking about, if the cannons were able to swivel up enough to actually act as mortars.
I will tell you, like, reasonably probably no. If you
Okay.
really wanted to, we could make a way for that to happen, but it's gonna have some drawbacks for sure.
Yeah, I'd rather not accidentally have the cannon rip itself free from its moorings and go through
Yeah.
the deck.
The deck definitely can't handle that kind of downward force.
Right.
be
I
fine.
don't want to
We
rip the side of the ship off.
Yeah, just have like 5 really strong guys lifted up by its wheels and fire it like that.
We did this in the
Your
40s.
ally's
We just,
really close to the mortar fire, so it would be a lot of problems.
look, we did this in the 40s. We just have to flood the back end of the ballast.
All right. Mischief's Bounty, would probably just keep on its current heading and just kind of cross right in front of the peaceful intentions, just kind of look at what's going on there. Uh, the sitting Dutch just continues ahead too. I've made orders to be ready to fire, but our allies seem to be doing weird shit.
Yeah, they really do.
And if the peaceful intentions has in fact been corrupted, we're in like a perfect spot to take them out.
Oh no.
Okay. I think it's my turn.
I think it's more we're in a perfect spot to get
So
raked by them.
I ruled incorrectly with that first ram attack. They should just do damage. There is no roll. So, unfortunately, uh, he didn't do damage. But this one's probably going to be really bad since there's a little boat right here.
Yep. What are the stats for a dinghy?
I dropped a longboat, so they're slightly better, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's got 5 hit points.
You get a whole extra hit point.
Nice.
Okay. It lifts its head up, lifts you out of the water, and pokes a hole in the bottom. Deals 2 damage.
Not good.
Um, Everybody can very briefly see it, like looking around at all of the wooden vessels over here.
How does its
And
eye look?
um, it's like red and inflamed, but it looks like it works.
Okay.
Just as long as Ben Stein doesn't come around to, make that go away, we're good. Maybe.
And then he dips his head back down, and you hit the water with a splash. Then he's gonna move just one.
Is that us now?
It's you.
Okay. Well, seeing as we can't get to its head anymore, I'm gonna have my good old boys take me back to the peaceful intentions.
It's a good idea.
Haul me up quick as you can. It was at least worth a shot. Actually, it was worth a shot by Voodoo, who was the one who did the actual damage to its eyeball.
Muskets.
Yeah.
Okay.
What would we classify that as? Would that be a crew action for the peaceful intentions, or would that be my action?
A crew action for the boat you were on.
Okay. So we still have both crew actions for the peaceful intentions.
I mean, that's the way I'm gonna rule it right
Alright.
now.
I like that. In the interest of not colliding with each other, would the Mistress Bounty like to move first?
Yeah.
You won't collide if you go forward.
Oh, right. We only take up 1 hex. I forgot about that.
Yep. This ship over here does not just take up 1 hex.
No, that does not. But we do. The Tartanes.
All right. So what are you doing? That's 1.
From this position, can we see the head to fire on it? Well, actually, here, why don't we go forward 1 first? That's a better position.
I mean, it had to dive under. It looks like to get under the.
Oh,
So
it's
you probably can't.
It's too deep. Okay. In that case, I would, let's see, that was 2. I would like to rotate 1 notch to the clockwise, and then forward 1, and then 1 notch counterclockwise. At this point, are we within shouting distance of the sitting Dutch?
There's 150 feet between you.
150 feet on the high seas is a bit far. Sorry, can I change what we did? Can we have gone 1 hex further downwind? All right, that's now I think 4 that we've just gone. Okay, each of these are 50 feet, 100 feet. Yeah, they can definitely hear us at that point.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I yell something to the tune of giant turtle fighting at Havana. And yeah, once the relevant information has been relayed to the Commodore, that's what he means.
Okay, so you yell to him, giant turtle fighting at Havana?
Not in that order.
Havana fighting at turtle giant?
All right.
Giant Havana.
They have
fighting at
obviously succumbed to heresy. Destroy the piece.
No, I'll yell more information than that. Unknown fleet at Havana, exchanged fire, pursued by giant turtle.
Okay, you know Havana is not this way, right?
I don't know that. Where is Havana?
Havana's down here off the map over here.
Okay,
So.
well then I'll remove the Havana part.
Okay.
Encountered unknown fleet, shots exchanged. We retreated, pursued by some kind of giant turtle.
Okay. Anything else?
And we've still got our actions. We can't shoot them. There's no holding actions in this game, is there?
There is not.
Okay.
I mean, you are welcome to shoot them, but I will tell you, water is a great way to stop your shots. So like, it's going to be very difficult, and there is an ally potentially in the way if you roll very, 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 very poorly.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. What I would want to do is have the cannons ready to go and tell them to wait until the thing pokes its head above water. But
That'll have
that's
to
not
wait
really
for
a
your
thing.
turn.
Yeah, that would have to be on my turn. So no, I don't think we do anything.
Okay. Sitting Dutch.
Can I have the mission bounty go first?
Yeah, whatever.
All right, because the swivels can declinate enough to shoot like 20 millimeter shot straight down, right?
Yeah.
Well, if the head's right beneath them, they're going to use the small arms. And
Okay. It has a D4 for its armor.
yeah, it's
naval
let's see.
vessel.
So they're just our normal
D4
crew.
minus D4.
It's more what's the crew stuff. Let's see.
They have,
Tertain minus 1.
0 skill.
0 skill. Okay, so just a flat D20.
Because they have skags, I think, on there. Keeps them.
Ah, yes. Well, they missed with a 4.
Well, they fire down at it, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Then move forward 2. Rotate clockwise. Move forward 3. And then they're going to attempt to go full sail. They fail. Okay, sitting Dutch. Forward 2. Broadsides into the turtle.
Yeah, I think you get a shot.
Hopefully, the peaceful intentions is, we're aiming for the head, because the head just dipped
So-
up and went back down.
Your difficulty is going to be 16 with the water. Since it is
Excellent.
Submerged.
Right. Let's see, we got a crew of 0. It's a plus agility, right? Or is it perception? Or presence?
It's I believe it's your.
Sorry, I'm flipping between
Gotta
pages.
double check.
Broadside. Plus PC presence. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to use my presence for this. We just skip some shots across the water.
Yeah.
Can I use what's it called? Zealot Blessed Guidance to add a D4. I can use that any time, including
I'm okay
after
with it.
roll.
You gotta hit a 4 to succeed.
Well, do it.
No, that's the not the right number.
No. Okay.
Yep.
Is that it for you guys?
That was our 2 crew actions. Me firing the broadside, well, ordering a broadside, and Sleuth guiding the shot, I guess.
Look, I'm a zealot for eldritch entities that I've met once and don't understand. I don't know how shit works. It just does.
Oh, you have armor, right? Or does the armor count in the ramming? I don't remember.
No, it still counts, I think.
What you have a D2 armor? Go ahead and roll your D2 then. Oh, actually, he moved what, like 2 or 3 hexes? He was here. 1, 2. Okay, so it's +2 damage from him moving. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Pete, you want to roll a D2?
Sure.
Okay, so he has 5 damage, +2 for moving 2 tiles, -1 from your armor.
So, according to this, both ships take damage. All ships involved roll ram damage. So I think that like hitting the tartane would do its ram, which is a D4 to the turtle.
I don't know, because technically it's an attack called Spike Ram, so I don't know what their intention is there.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because I'm looking just at the crew action ram.
No, it's got some kind of special thing it's doing.
Right, yeah.
All right. It is definitely visible, at least to the peaceful intentions. Actually, it has more movement, so I'll say it slips past, but it's visible. It lifts the peaceful intentions up out of the water, and it gets raked across all these spikes on its shell, and then slams back down.
Mm. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Okay.
big oof.
Yeah, well, it's the top of a new round. We're in a position where we can at least try to shoot its head. So, let's see. All right, Voodoo, would you like to fire the broadsides, and then I will order a small arms volley?
Was the head above water?
Yeah, I'll say it is.
I mean, I had better luck with just using my musket last time.
But I feel like reasonably you would do more damage firing more guns at it.
You probably will, the way that it's set up.
No, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you did a very good job hitting it in the eye. That was valuable.
Yep. All right. Fair enough. Firing the cannons. What's the minus again? 2.
Well, you gotta make the roll first.
Oh, yeah, but there's a minus to that roll.
There's no malice to this roll. It's just
Okay.
your regular roll, whatever your normal small arms would be, and then he has a D4 armor.
Right. So no malice. So we get +1 from crew skill plus my presence. All right.
I believe that will hit.
Indeed. And then it's a D4 from us, and then
Minus a D4 from him,
right.
and then divided by 5.
No. You only divide by 5 if you're using your personal weapon.
Oh, that's right.
That's what it's more effective. That's how it's more effective than just the musket.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
We actually did damage to it.
Yeah, it helps when you hit him in the back of the head.
Now, does that divide by 5 thing apply when we're using, like, the little pintle-mounted guns?
No.
Okay. Then in that
That's
case...
a ship weapon.
Yep. In that case, I will order a volley with those, because that is separate from the broadsides.
Correct.
Now,
On that tartan, your broadside and your small arms are mechanically almost identical. Your
Yep.
small arms are actually better because you don't have limited arcs.
Yes, they're more versatile. All right, and let's see, it's crew skill plus my presence. All right, another D4 minus a D4. Hey, we did something.
Very good.
Okay, and now let's see, I do not want to go directly over its back, because that is not good for the ship. The Peaceful Intentions and the Sitting Dutch are both facing a kind of awkward turn. Does the Sitting Dutch also only take up 1 hex, or is there aft a whole hex as well?
It only mechanically takes up 1 hex.
Ah, well, in that case, I would like to have the ship go forward 1 hex from where it is now. That's 1, and then turn
Personally,
1.
I would probably give you the option of ramming on those 2, but I'm not going to say it's a like you can maneuver around on that hex.
Yeah. Well, I just want to go through it. Then I would like to turn 1 notch clockwise. And then forward another 4. And that's it.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Well, Mischief's Bounty is in range for another shot at the turtle with its head up.
Sure, absolutely. Take 2.
They, in fact, are going to be shooting both broadsides and small arms. And miss both, because you said it's a DR-16.
Only when he's under. When he's above, it's 12.
Oh, okay. Well, the broadside hit, so that's a D4.
D4 minus 1 D4.
Yeah, D4 minus D4, yeah. Derp or derp.
Okay.
Can I put the Blessed Guidance on the damage rolls?
I don't think that's how that works, but I'd have to look.
No, save your action, because we can do the same thing with the Sitting Dutch that we're on.
Alright.
So the sitting, so Mischief's Bounty turns to face east and goes 5. All right. Sitting Dutch. You said we could rotate before moving, right?
Yes.
Okay. Rotate clockwise. Forward 1. Rotate clockwise. Forward another. Actually, from there, before we move, sorry. I would ask one Ivan to fire the ship's broadsides at it.
Boss says fire, I'll fire.
Because you get to add your presence to it.
Okay.
My presence.
Fire your broadside.
It's just D20 plus presence.
Yeah, because our crew is +0.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
So basically, he aims center mass, and you really can't aim center mass because it's a giant turtle, and all those shots bounce off the shell harmlessly.
Okay. I'll then order the crew to fire small arms at it.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, that's a crit.
Yeah. Yeah, you double your thing, and then minus.
And then
1d4.
their hull is reduced 1 tier.
Oh yeah. So minus. Well, it's minus a d4 and then minus a d2.
So do I? Let's see. Our small arms are D6. Do I do 2d6 or do I do 2 times 2d6? Or
So
2 times
it
8d6?
literally tells you to do double whatever your result is. If you'd prefer to roll 2 dice, you can, but you can also roll 1 and double it. I don't really prefer
Okay.
one or the other.
And do I still subtract the d4? Is that prior to this or?
You subtract the d4, but after that it will be minus a d2.
Fuck. Well, the small arms stripped a bunch of his hide off, but didn't actually do any damage to him.
Yeah. Put some cracks in the shell. Peppered him. He's upset about it.
And then we're no longer near the wind, so we go forward 2 more.
But is there a ghost in the shell?
All right, I think that's everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. He moves 4 tiles and does this. Okay. Subtract your armor for your ship.
Let's see. I believe we're at a D4. 6. So we take 6.
Okay. And he is directly underneath you.
Okay. Well, I think we'll have the sitting Dutch go first then, if there's no objections.
None here.
All right. Rotate counterclockwise and forward 1. Rotate clockwise. I believe it's now within our broadside.
I will say yes.
So, one Ivan, if you would be so kind as to please kill the fucking turtle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our broadsides are D10s.
The armor's D2.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of damage, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. And then I'll order the crew to fire small arms. I'm not sure that actually rolled.
Try that again, identically, and if it gives you a different result.
Oh, it does in fact give you a different result. So yeah, I guess that wasn't
that
at 20.
Original.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Another crit. Five more. And then forward 2. Mischief's Bounty just forward is just going to shoot its guns. Now looks like they both hit.
Yep.
The crit stripped all of the armor off, right? So it's just flat D4s?
Yes.
Alright. So that is 4 more damage. Then it is going to go forward 2. Rotate clockwise. Forward 2. Rotate counterclockwise.
Strange thing to do.
If it's chasing the big ship, if it rams it, it's going to put itself directly into the arcs of the Mischief's Bounty again.
Mm.
Also, potentially interposing itself between it and my ship.
Right. Well,
it's not my ship, so I'm more willing to sacrifice it since Ruffles isn't here.
Well, that leaves the peaceful intentions. I think seeing that armor get stripped off, there would probably be some cheers going up from the other 2 ships.
Oh, for sure.
And I will order a full salvo against the giant turtle.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Voodoo, I'll let you do the broadsides.
Roger that.
And then it's just a D4. And now the small arms. Hey, that's better. Okay, and I think for now we will not move.
Okay.
I like where we are.
Okay. Turtle turn?
Turtle turn.
Okay, it's going to brush past you, ramming you.
I no longer like where we are. How much does it do when it does that?
It does a D12 plus 2 because it moved 2 tiles.
Ooh, man.
The
Okay,
Peaceful
well.
Intentions gets fucking rocked. There are
We're in
large, spiky pieces of shell stuck in the hull. You have, like, sprung some leaks. Things are not looking good. You got people pumping. It's real bad.
Yep, that's not good.
He's moved 4 so far.
Let me see.
All right. And he submerges.
Yeah, at this point, we need to get out of here. Let me review the crew actions we can take. Okay, Voodoo, I need you to attempt repairs. That is going to be your presence plus 1.
And this is like coral, so it's shallow here. You have a shallow draft, it's fine, but just be aware.
It'll matter for the Sitting Dutch.
Can the Sitting Dutch go through that safely?
Probably not.
Okay.
But also, probably the turtle is not going to be able to go through that.
That would have been the
Especially
ideal
underwater.
place to. Oh, well, actually, that means we should go there because I do not want to get rammed by that thing again.
All right, what do I do for the repairs?
It is your presence plus 1.
I already did that. Now
Oh,
what?
then roll a d6.
Thank you. Ooh.
Okay, we regain 6 hull. As for me, we are going to full sail right into that coral, which we know we can pass through. And I said full sail, so I'll make the roll. One more. And that is it.
All right. Mischief's bounty, rotate clockwise. Forward 4. Or, sorry, 3. And then firing all its guns at the submerged guy.
Okay. It's a DR-16.
Nope, it misses, and then it goes one more to the coral and stops.
Okay.
The sitting Dutch has it in its arc still.
Absolutely.
So One Eye, would you please, do your cannon trickery?
I'm gonna throw a D4 at that.
It's a DR-16.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to...
It's underwater again.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, and then I'm going to have the crew fire its small arms. Yeah. We're going to go forward 2.
Okay.
Actually, go a third. We're with the wind. Yeah.
All right. His turn?
Yes.
All right, your turn. It's just sort of disappeared into the darkness.
I think we succeeded in driving it off. This is a conversation that we could probably have by shouting at this distance. But given what
You'd
we
have
just
to chain
faced,
it between ships, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm only talking to the Commodore. But given what we just faced, and the shape that my ship is in, I think we might want to call it quits on this raid.
I disagree. I think you should repair your ship this round. Then we should commence the attack on Havia immediately, while their defense turtle is injured.
Well, I only get another 4 points of that. Which will put me at more than half. Barely. If that's what the Commodore is ordering, though.
Well, I mean, I'm having a discussion here.
Oh, well, at this point I would...
Why do you want to go back? We haven't gotten anything.
Well, I would tell him about the other ships we encountered. Or what I saw of them, at least. Part of what's motivating my decision here is that I smell something different from what we expected.
Did you see a galleon?
Did I see the galleon?
You did not see any galleons.
How many ships did I see?
2 tartanes, a sloop.
Well, I don't know if I saw all of that. It was very dark.
You could make them out by the time you got on top of them. They were running dark, but they did have a few people smoking, and by the time they started sounding bells, a couple of lights came on.
Is that a brig?
Yeah,
The
there's
Flying Dutchman.
I think it's a flute. I had to shrink a model down from a galleon because there is no flute model.
Ah,
That's why yours is what it is.
some giant ass thing.
And then there's a sloop. I think it's 2 brigs, and this is a familiar ship actually.
Isn't that the Admiral's ship?
Yes.
Which admiral is that?
Admiral Fancy Pants.
Oh, yeah.
The one who was accused of something or other, and the courier ship ran into issues.
I don't remember all the details surrounding that.
Right? We did intercept that courier ship, I thought.
Well, you tried, and then it got murdered by ghost pirates.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that I do remember that.
Yeah, we'll take
These
credit
things
for
happen.
Sure. Okay, well, there's clearly something weird going on. If you want to go back into it, then we can do that. But we should do it in force. And also, we might want to wait for that turtle to finish fucking off.
In this time period, AGR, did admirals have like personal flags that they would fly from the ships they were on?
Yes.
I would ask Lobster Legs to describe the flags that the big ship was flying.
I asked Voodoo to describe the flags the big ship was flying.
Voodoo didn't get a good look at the flag the ship was flying.
Nah.
He was more concerned with the giant turtle.
Yeah,
Well, no,
definitely not in the dark.
Was it only me who saw that?
You saw the vessels, like they're
But
gigantic.
I would not have been able to see the flag in the dark, right?
You probably couldn't make this vessel out in great detail, but you were right next to it at Port Royal. So, and there's not that many of these ships in the region, so it's not a hard jump, I think.
Okay. So, no, I didn't see the flag, but I think it probably is the Admiral's ship now that I think about it.
Right. So I'm wondering how, you said it's pitch black. How long till daylight, till daybreak?
I mean, this battle actually took a while. It is on a different time scale. It's probably nearly dawn by now.
So we got like the rays of dawn kind of coming over the horizon.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. Why don't we wait for the turtle to fuck off? Give it like a few minutes more. And then why don't we sail to intercept that flotilla and see if it's flying the Admiral's flag? If it is, we might want to communicate. Oh shit, it's coming back.
Okay, well, in that case, we should probably take our turn to finish the repairs we can do. So, Voodoo, why don't you do that? Voodoo,
What am I doing?
you do. No, you're supposed to say do what?
Well, who do the voodoo?
You're going to repair.
Oh, okay.
And by repair, I mean remind me of
And the Dutchman will move forward 3. Or the Dutch, yeah.
This is going to get confusing.
I don't during repair cam.
Okay, well, that'll have to be a different round then.
Scotty. We're gonna need warp speed, Scotty.
Can we attempt the same crew action twice? If it's repair.
I don't think so. You could do the same crew action more than once on very specific circumstances. Like
Okay.
You could fire if you had more than one gun deck, you could fire more than one broadside, but that's only if it tells you specifically that there's more than one gun deck.
Yeah, right. I gotcha. Well then, I think we wanted to go back, so we should turn around. We'll turn counterclockwise once. Actually, now that the thing's coming back, do we want to continue fighting it?
If it turns towards us, like after going towards the coral, yes, we are going to kill it then.
Okay. Well, actually, then the peaceful intention should stay right where we are. That way it can't ram us. If it's going to come back, it's only going to be coming for you.
Right. And
So
I
you
can
should bring-
slowly putter around in circles inside of your guys' gun arcs.
Yep.
It
so
is probably reasonable to assume it can get to you. You just can't submerge.
Yeah.
Like, it would probably really hate it. That would probably be super uncomfortable. But
It would
like,
at least be annoying.
it's
for
a
it.
turtle. It can, it can go on land. It's just heavy and big, and probably that is probably,
Annoying.
like walking across fucking barbed wire.
Hey, if it wants to go on land, that just means I won't need a longboat. Well, no, it's not actually land, so I would still need a longboat. But anyway. Yeah, we're not going to go anywhere then, and I can't continue repairing. Let me see if there's anything else useful I can do.
Mischief rotates counterclockwise but doesn't move.
Nobody. Okay. No, you would have told me if we lost crew. That didn't happen. Yeah, no, that's it. We're going to sit here where we are.
You guys don't do anything else with your turn?
No. The main thing we want to do.
Dutch rotates counterclockwise then. What's the range to the turtle from here? Too
You might
far.
want to have the Mischief's Bounty come forward one. I think it can still attack them from the deep waters where it is.
Yeah, good point. Have it move forward one.
And you might want to rotate one as well. Well, actually, no,
no.
it depends. Maybe not.
No, I want those arcs going up.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. Totally fine.
This turtle must be strategically inclined if it saw us adopting a defensive posture and decided to run away.
There was just coral in the way.
Oh. Yeah, or maybe that was. Well, we wouldn't be able to see that this far away.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're like basically prepared to like move out as a battle line.
Yeah. Well, that's literally what we've done. This is a battle line.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We just aren't moving, but if we start all moving and keeping pace, we'd effectively be a big battle line.
Okay. Well, it sounds like that's what we're going to do, so let's do that.
Okay, yeah, so with the turtle fucked off, we should start sailing towards the admiral's ship till we can get line of sight on it.
Now, what
And
do you
sight
want
the
our order
flags.
to be if we're going to sail in convoy here?
The sitting Dutch will be in front. That
Makes sense.
you lead with the heavy ship.
Yep. We're fast, so once they get into your broadsides, we can use our superior speed to put them in a pincer.
Well, the intent is if the admiral is on board his ship, like he's actually in command, I was thinking we would talk.
Oh yeah. Well, there was a battle over there. So-
Right, but it's probably over now.
That's true.
And I'm hoping that if I signal, attempts to communicate with things like spelling the name Hook to him, they won't immediately open fire.
Right. Voodoo, attempt repairs again, please.
Why, certainly.
Then when we get over there, we can open a channel.
Hailing frequencies.
Sir, there's no response.
We got 1 point.
We get 1 point. Right.
Data, see if you can put a beam of anti-protons right across their bow. That'll be sure to get their attention.
Sir, we're receiving subspace interference.
Okay,
We're gonna hit
so
it with an inverse tachyon beam.
you sail dead against the wind towards them. I guess you have to tack some.
Yeah, we're tacking, so like we're close to the wind, I think, at this point. So we're just moving. We're moving slowly.
We'll put you somewhere in here.
Yeah, like we're just trying to brush up against them, like up against visual sight to sight their flags. And if that admiral flag is not up, I'm not attacking them, guys.
Oh yeah, no, let's go in assuming that they're friendly.
So it is it's probably mid-morning by the time you make it over here.
Okay. So we can. Do we see the flags on the admiral's ship?
You don't see any flags on the admiral's ship.
So here's the nice thing about having a nice short name. Can I fly the semaphore flags for a hook on my ship?
Absolutely. Okay. You fly the flags for hook.
Yes. Do they respond?
Yeah. The largest ship fires off a volley over here into nothingness.
Okay, that's like a traditional salute type thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We respond in kind. And begin approaching, near the wind. As if to make like a what do you call it? Like a siding pass or something?
That thing
Okay.
the Concordia tried to do.
Something like in here.
Right. It's a thing naval ships do, and they like pass each other going opposite directions.
Salute.
Yeah.
Yep.
It would be more like there's a term for it. If I opened up my old naval guide, I bet the term's in there too.
Yeah, there's a term for this maneuver.
Rendering honor.
That's it.
He's probably fucked off over here by then. Okay.
If anybody asks, we were going to Havana to party.
Yeah, so you'd probably be a little closer because otherwise you're outside of shouting distance.
Yep.
This is still a little far, but from here you can see that there are sailors. It looks thin aboard the executor or the executor, and there are actually sailors though that don't look like pirates. They look like naval conscripts, actual like Navy sailors. And there's a familiar gentleman aboard, although he is not wearing quite as much finery as you saw him last.
Well, let the
Yeah. Well, I'll shout a greeting. And ask him if he encountered any troubles last night.
Uh, he he says, "No, slept like a babe. I fear I heard you might have had a rougher time of it."
I did. There were a rather large sea turtle with a taste for ship hull.
Ah, that would be Davy's pet. If I'd known it was you lot, I would have called him off.
Well, aside from some broken timbers, just a bit of a fright. So, no harm, no foul. The turtle turned and ran when we, defended ourselves. So,
uh, damn right. It's a foul thing. Well, I think we owe you breakfast. You lot hungry?
Famished, sir.
Always.
yeah, I'll yell at us. I'd be honored to come aboard and have breakfast with you. Why don't we bring our ships about and we can get over to you?
Very well. Mind your purses now. Uh, the rest of this band, uh, not quite as disciplined. You understand?
I do understand.
Yeah.
And
You come about and lay alongside.
yeah, we'll come about and lay alongside. I believe on the flute we still have some like cargo of tobacco that we didn't sell.
You do.
So I'm not going to take all of it, but like a good portion of it, kind of like as a gift to bring with to breakfast. Since I don't have any alcohol.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just a pouch of tobacco is probably well taken.
Right. Yeah. So I bring that for the admiral, just as a never show up to breakfast empty-handed type deal.
Right.
Is
While we've
this,
been doing all of this, Voodoo, would you mind rolling for repairs again?
Why, certainly.
Is this someone we actually care about, or are we just pretending to be nice
I'll
to
give
him?
you a +2 on that roll.
It doesn't matter now.
Under?
It is someone who is a good source of information and a valuable ally. But if he had happened to have bitten it, I would not have been overly distressed.
Mm. If you want a slightly nicer gift, I do also have what was it, a bottle of rum. It was a fine bottle of rum. What was the starting thing? Yeah, a bottle of fine rum.
Ah, sure, we'll bring that along too, the tobacco and the rum.
I'm gonna need you to roll that one more time, Voodoo.
Okay.
You can only do C repairs up to half hit points, right?
Yes, and we were exactly one short, so don't bother rolling your d6.
I'm going to roll it anyway.
Okay. Well, also I don't think it's up to half hit points. It's 4 up to half hit points.
Right. You can only repair 2 half hit points of your ship.
You have half hit points.
Are you sure? I thought it was you can only repair by half your hit points.
I believe the intention is for you
Oh, if
to
it's
not
if
be
it's
able
2,
to.
then it's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, then that puts us at 10.
Yeah.
I'm just down here in the hall, hammering away as the captain says.
All right, yeah, then we board the Admiral's ship, bearing our gifts.
Very good. Yeah, he has his steward direct you to the cabin. Um, they've got breakfast laid out. You don't see any officers. There are no officers.
Mm-hmm.
Not on deck, not in the cabin. So this is Port Admiral Hart,
Indeed.
for anyone who doesn't remember the name.
So, yeah. And, I'll wish him, well, good morning, Admiral. Glad to see you up and about and not in binds.
I had a close run of that.
Uh, I'd heard. That's why I'm glad so happy to see my friend this way.
Well, I still have a few loyal sailors. Not in the best of company. No offense to Current. My recent fellows they've brought me some questions, but this idea of this treasure fleet is quite tempting. I have to say that would probably write some things in my books, if you understand my meaning.
That I do. We were doing a bit of prospecting in the region as well when last night we happened to stumble upon you. Perhaps we could combine our efforts, since we seem to be working towards the same goal.
And besides, no one likes the Spanish.
He says, "Well, I believe I would quite like that." And he stands up, and by the way, he thanks you for the tobacco. Um, and he goes over to a cabinet, and he preps his pipe, and he walks over to a door, and he shuts it, leaving just you lot in the room. And he eyes the skylight that's over the table and makes sure all the windows are shut. And he speaks in a low tone, and he says, "Between you and I, this band, uh, these cutthroats are liable to kill each other before we get to this. But if we can hold it together and make this happen, and maybe a little blood is spilt, we can still make quite a prize out of this." I would I wouldn't let this leave the room, but it would be best if not quite everybody made it back.
I understand perfectly.
Voodoo nods in agreement.
Tell me, Admiral, what is your standing with the Spanish at the moment?
I can't stand them. Never liked them.
Excellent. For you see, we were planning. Last time when we stumbled upon you, we had posted a picket ship. We were watching for our objectives to make their call here in Havana. At which point we were actually going to launch a raid on the city itself to draw attention prior to slipping into the harbor and in the confusion, making off with the prizes. But your presence of your ship opens up a bit more of a direct option.
Well, I'm short on hands, but she's still a power in these waters. And even the threat'll make it'll make most men turn.
Indeed. Because with your ship, my ship, the rest of this gaggle, it might be enough to force them to simply turn the ships over, or face our wrath. They need not know that some of that wrath might not be fully manned.
Well, most of them would like to fall in line if it wasn't for Davies. He's he's turned up a mystic all of a sudden. I'm not sure. From what I hear, he was just run of the mill sort of cutthroat, but he's got his hands on this orb, this some sort of, I don't know, it's like an egg. This creature seems to be at his beck and call. Uh, all the men are spooked. Everybody kowtows to the man now. It's really put a sour on this whole arrangement. Uh, he won't leave his cabin anymore.
Is he on board this ship?
No, he has his own vessel. It's the Dutchman. It's behind us, parked astern.
The brig. Okay.
That would be a flute. It's just like yours.
Okay. Yes, I can see the resemblance now. With all the names overlapping, I didn't.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Well, that is an interesting turn.
From where you're sitting, you can actually see it
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are looking out the gallery there.
Well, Captain Davies and I have met before and had discussions, much the same I'm sure you and he had, and we and I are having now. I believe it would be only proper to also pay him our respects and visit him if you catch my meaning.
He he doesn't really respond, but he laughs and he says, "This tobacco's quite good." And he taps his pipe.
Well, I wanted to bring a nice gift for a friend of mine.
Yes, maybe a gift of another sort for another friend.
Indeed. And I happen to know just the man on my ship to help prepare such a gift.
Well, Captain, this has been a wonderful surprise. Just just a remarkable start to my day.
And it's been quite a pleasure to meet you again. I was quite afraid that we would never get the opportunity. I'm glad to be proven wrong.
As am I, Captain, as am I. Oh,
Well,
Commodore, I should say.
well, 'tis the benefit of not having an official structure anymore, is one can promote oneself, as it were.
Well, even the Navy has something to say for those with ambition. If you if they won't give you what you want, you can always force the issue. Public opinion and all that. That's what I'm going for here. If uh, if I've got my name down and I bring a fat galleon home and a tale of attacking the treasure fleet, no, a tale of sacking Havana, even better. It would be very difficult for the Admiralty or the government to do much to me.
I simply raise my glass and salute and say, well, as they say, don't argue with a man who buys ink by the gallon.
He raises a toast. Be careful of that creature. I'm sure it's lurking around somewhere.
Oh, we will take care. But we shan't take up any more of your time. We, I suppose, have another call to make on another ship. A good day to you, Admiral.
Good day. Let me get the door. And he opens up the door for you.
Yeah, I think we head back to our ships. And just slowly kind of sidle up next to the Flying Dutchman in the formation.
All right, you're trying to move all three ships over there?
Well, I assume that the ships are we stationary? Is this flotilla stationary, or are we moving slowly?
It's stationary. Everybody's at anchor.
Okay. Then what I would probably do, given the bulk of my ships, I would probably cut in front of the Dutchman and just kind of sail around. So I'd be facing the opposite way, but on the right hand side of the ones. Well, the No, it's right hand side. Yeah, I'd pass to the outside. While the Tartanes are small and nimble enough that they would be able to kind of come up on its aft, on its left.
Starboard. Oh, it's left? Oh.
Yeah, there and there. And just kind of shout a greeting and say, oh, I heard Captain Davies is aboard. That he'd finally gotten himself a new ship out of Havana, out of Tortuga.
I love this. It's like, hey, we just wanted to say hello. By the way, we have you surrounded.
Everybody aboard is drunk and scowling, and several men spit just seeing you. One of them uses a some sort of slur about you being Spanish, and then he falls over into the hold because he is just completely fucked. And then yeah, nobody really greets you. Nobody welcomes you aboard. There are several mildly threatening gestures, but also nobody's shooting at you or anything.
But everyone is drunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's day. They're all just kind of in a holding pattern. These guys don't give a fuck.
Right. But it would be easy then for I believe he's currently on the Peaceful Intentions because I wasn't letting him on my ship. The mute, stupid blind guy with the bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure. So he'd just be able to slip aboard then.
sure. We can try that.
Yeah. I would be like, and my comrades in arms, as we're going to be making, I'd be saying, we're joining up with this bit of flotilla, joining our forces, and brought gifts. Which way to, and I just kind of like, which way to the captain's cabin? You know what?
There's like
I look
a
around
loud cackling laugh. and
Yeah.
he's like he thinks he's gonna see the captain.
And
And
then I
then he
say,
vomits.
yeah, and I say, I'd forgotten that smell. Whatever his name is, William, I think it is. Bill, let's go and
sailor
find the
says,
captain.
Forget this, and then he whips it out and starts pissing in your direction.
And I just kind of go over to Bill and like, go find the magazine, and this time let's make sure it doesn't come back. And I say, all right, you crazy lot. We'll find it ourselves.
You mean him?
Well, I'd ask for directions to the captain's cabin, so itself would make more sense.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Meanwhile, I have the old man just completely ignores me and just walks off towards the magazine, probably. And the crew's probably just jeering like we don't even know our way on the ship, despite it being the same class of ship. That's the intent, is to kind of play it off like we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that we're therefore harmless and idiots.
Right. Me and Voodoo are presumably watching all of this from the peaceful intentions.
Oh yes.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I meant Mischief's Bounty was where the bomb guy was on.
Yeah,
He was with Ruffles before.
Yeah, the bomb guy. I mean, you don't see him, but presumably he's like crawled into a porthole already.
Yeah, and I walk into the back area, under the quarterdeck, where presumably the staterooms are.
Yeah.
Can the crew see me?
Yeah, but they're too busy because there's a couple of them brawling. They're having like a fist fight, and everyone else is laughing and shouting and throwing shit at them.
Then in that case, I just walk back out and kind of slip back aboard my ship.
Oh.
And we just slowly, just kind of like we're not actually caring to maintain formation, slowly drifting away from this ship. Yeah, like sideways too, slightly, but yeah. Presumably the Tartanes would also drift away while our saboteur gets to work.
Yeah, we're kind of in a pinch between them, you know. How are you going to get off there?
I'm already off. I just walked off.
Okay.
They got distracted by the fist fight, so I just shrugged
20.
and walked off. Sorry, I keep whacking this backslash. It's a 16.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. Okay. So, yeah. Describe what you're doing on the Sitting Dutch, Hunter.
Probably waiting for the fireworks.
So you're where? On the quarterdeck?
Yes, I'd be on the quarterdeck, just keeping a watch on the Flying Dutchman, probably slowly maneuvering us around to kind of join the flotilla more officially in formation without without needing to sidle up to join somebody.
Okay, I don't remember what the blind gentleman's name was.
Neither do I. That's why I called him Bill.
Blind Bill.
Blind Bill. Okay.
Blind Bill the Powder Monkey.
Yeah. Just like dead silent behind you is Blind Bill. He's picking something out of his ears.
He's also deaf.
Yeah. He's picking something out of his ear, and he's looking kind of at you, but like not correctly. Like he thinks he's looking at you, but he's really looking kind of off into the distance. Um, and he gives a salute, and it's with it's with like the hand that was just in his ear, and it's kind of like gross, because you can tell it's just been in his ear. And about the same time that that salute happens, the Flying Dutchman explodes.
I didn't realize this was meant to be a suicide mission for that guy.
Wait, what? He volunteered for the suicide missions, with that, but he just always escapes.
I guess he decided his sailing days were over.
Oh no!
The ripple pushes everybody around a little. Except you, you're probably far enough away.
Well, I don't know that this was the captain's plan, so I would start ringing the bell. A ship just
Yeah.
blew up.
There are a couple of super inebriated people in this general area. Some of them on fire.
That's rather unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
I mean, these things happen.
Is there like a significant amount of flaming wreckage around there?
Yes.
Okay. If I can see anybody who has like made it to the outside of the mass of burning timbers, I would send down boats to try and pull them out of the water. But I don't want anybody going into the conflagration.
So you bring boats around to the edge
Just
and
the
try to
edge.
pick up survivors. Okay.
Yes.
How many can fit on a longboat? You send how many longboats?
How many do we have?
You can fit up to 10 on a longboat.
That's a lot.
Well, sorry. So it's 2/10. So I think it's 2 is minimum for maneuvering. 10 is like a full combat load. I think you can
Technically, you can put
double
20
that.
in there. It will
Yeah,
not be.
but they won't
good, but you
appreciate it.
can.
No.
Yeah, they'll be very unhappy, but they won't sink.
I should ask, did we discuss any of this beforehand? Like, do I know that our objective was to get rid of those guys?
The intent was to get rid of Captain Davies.
It was implied in the breakfast.
Right.
I simply decided that an amount of collateral damage was acceptable. I didn't tell anybody that. I just the implication was we were going to get rid of Captain Davies.
Well, if you're sending a boat, for every boat you send, you can roll a d4 and see how many people you collect. How about that?
All right. Well, the reason I asked is, like, how hard should I be trying to save these guys? Like, would it be preferable to let them die?
Of the crew, what I would say is the crew is the crew. They're just cutthroats. Captain Davies was the target. So if you see Captain Davies, shoot him in the head. Everybody else fish out and take to the Excelsior because it's shorthanded.
Okay.
And our ships are actually kind of full because we were preparing for a raid on Havana.
Sure thing. I mean, cutthroats are always useful, so we'll try to retrieve as many cutthroats as we can, and if Captain Davies is there, we'll just pretend not to notice him. Maybe hit him with an oar.
Well,
Beat him off with the oar.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to beat him off, but
it doesn't take very long. Like you start collecting people, and then there's some like rumbling in the wreckage, and a giant fucking turtle just like flies up out of the water, like halfway out, mouth agape, and they're screaming. Definitely, some people are like getting eaten, and then it dives back under the water, and yeah.
okay. Rescue efforts are now suspended. How many d4s should I roll?
Just one for each vessel you sent. You got 2 longboats over there?
We'll say that I do, I guess.
Okay, do it.
I don't know how many I have, but
We have at least 2 for sure.
that sounds like a reasonable number. All right, we were able to retrieve 4 able sailors who will be offered posts on the.
Okay, they're not able sailors right now. They're really
Right.
fucking drunk.
Right,
They could.
but
We've retrieved 4 liabilities who will be offered posts on what ship was it?
well, I was gonna offer them to the admiral and the executor because he said
Oh,
his
yeah.
ship was a bit understaffed.
Yeah, that's better. Do that.
Our ships are not, so we're not.
Dump them on them.
Yeah, yeah, and also I prefer a crew that trusts me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like the sailors on our ships have been with us before this mission, at least once, and know that we're not, completely crazy fuckwits who will get them killed because our ships don't tend to blow up on us.
Mm.
This is twice now Captain Davies has had the ship blow up from under him.
Yep.
It's
No,
true.
I've only seen these guys through my spyglass, but I already know that they're total losers.
Yeah, they are.
Like once has happenstance, twice is coincidence. No one wants to be on his ship because it's going to happen a third time.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Turtle doing?
It literally just came up out of the water and ate some dudes.
And it's just sitting there?
And it just dove right back down. It's there somewhere, presumably.
Chipping, probably. If it has teeth. I don't know that it does.
I don't think it does.
Just a beak then?
I think so. But I'm not
Yeah,
a
just a
turtle
beak.
biologist.
I don't know what a biologist is.
That's a fair point.
It's got like, I don't know. It's got it's got like a beak. Yeah.
I believe a biologist is what you call a priest that owns a whorehouse.
I want to become a biologist.
Anywho, unless somebody shoots the thing when it first springs up, I don't think it really matters.
I mean, I would imagine we're all kind of shocked at the turtle just suddenly popping up and eating everybody. And unless it comes back a second time, no, I wasn't planning on shooting it. If it comes back a second time, I'm absolutely going to start shelling the thing.
No, you can kind of tell when it leaves. Like, it goes back under, but it goes up kind of this way somewhere.
In my totally unqualified, not at all professional opinion, I'd wager the turtle must have bumped them in just the wrong way to set off the magazine. Very clever.
What I'm going to report is that his crew was excessively inebriated. A fist fight broke out, and they knocked somebody who had a pipe lit. And the magazine just happened to be open, and the guy fell. I barely made it to my ship before the flames engulfed the magazine and the ship went up.
Oh, that's what you should have done. Put a little gunpowder in that tobacco. Just a little.
I think you mean I should have put a little bit of tobacco in the gunpowder.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Man, I'm looking for exploding pipe gifts, but it's all like industrial accidents.
I'm sure you can find one out of Northern Ireland.
Yeah, but where are we going to find Armalites?
It was either that or try to convince the crew that, cannons work better if you face them towards each other.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, see, if you stack them back to back, it makes the cannon in front twice as powerful.
That's science.
Yep.
Or if you wedge the butt end of the cannon in front into the cannon in the back, you can time it so that your cannon fires the cannon, which then fires a cannonball, and you can get extra range out of the deal.
You move them all to the stern and fire them simultaneously, it will propel you forward. You won't need the wind. Okay, so what are we doing?
Well, after we fish out the survivors and have the Wombats are taking them to the executor, um, I, I see these other ships kind of coming up on my right here. What are they doing? Like
They are not coming up at speed. They
okay,
look like they're responding to the fire, but then they see the turtle and they kind of halt,
mm-hmm.
and then they sort of start to group together. So it seems like they are yelling around at each other, being like, "What the actual fuck?"
Right. Okay. So I'd like to have the Dutch kind of point our stern at them, this or the bow at them, um, as if preparing to broadside the turtle should it come back, while
Okay.
signaling, keep clear of guns.
Sure.
Kind of playing up the whole, oh Jesus fuck, we're going to kill that thing if it shows up.
Sure. Yeah, the executor will start to come about as well. Some time will go by, and I think in semaphore the executor will be signaling all clear.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just respond to that with stand down. And we'll go back to our normal formation. I'd like to come up near the executor for another shouting with the admiral. Be like, did you see what happened?
Which part? The explosion or the stupid fucking turtle?
That fucking turtle.
I knew Davies was messing with something he didn't have any fucking control over.
I don't think he had control of his ship.
Dumb bastard.
I, when I was coming up to talk to him, I was seeing fighting on his deck. I think he had a mutiny of some kind.
Stupid bastard. His ill discipline is gonna leave us one ship short.
But one share richer.
He he like he's clearly amused, but he's masking his laugh because there's a bunch of people out there on the deck.
Right, but this is a shouting match, so I'm now reminding the crew that they have just personally benefited from that, and therefore they shouldn't care. These are
They
pirates,
didn't
after
care
all.
anyway. It's pretty clear they don't like any of these fucking pirates.
I've decided that one share Richard is going to be the name of one of my crewmen. Doesn't matter if his name is actually Richard.
Right, it's more, crews don't have to start, suspecting that weird shit's gonna, they don't have to start wondering, is our ship going to blow up next?
Right. Well, and we don't have to worry about that stupid turtle.
Yeah.
Well, he thought he was a damn sorcerer, and you see what it got him.
Nothing but pain and bad luck that way, and a swift trip to the bottom. Bearing in mind that the entire Marine contingent on my ship is a bunch of necromantically reanimated skeletons. But I haven't brought them out to play yet, so.
Right, they've been in the
The hold.
ballast this whole fucking time. Yeah.
That's right, they're in the ballast.
Does the term Davy Jones locker exist yet, or do I have to invent it on the spot?
I'm quite sure we already did, considering that's where our ballast is.
Very well then.
Davy don't. Yeah, words. Davy Jones doesn't exist, but JV Jones is a real terror on the seas.
JV Doan's locker.
All right.
Oh, that reminds me of a terrible joke.
I think at this point, these are all friendly resources. You're not going to be able to command the executor. You're not going to have direct command over these other vessels, but they are going to be cooperative. Should you guys attempt to attack Havana?
Sure.
And I would suggest that we post, the flotilla somewhere out of sight, and again just post like a light picket. This time of mischiefs, of the peaceful intentions. Sorry, Pete, but your ship, you're actually here.
Okay.
At the back at your picket location to see if we can't detect the incoming galleons. Unless I do talk to the admiral, like unless you know that they're already in port.
He'll tell you he expects it's likely to be another week or so yet.
Well,
I have no problem with this position.
yeah, like we don't want to sit in front of Havana for the whole week because the forts might get a bit itchy seeing a flotilla unaligned with them outside their doors.
I never named that.
Especially given all the cannon fire they've been hearing.
So, there's not enough time for you guys to attack Havana before 10 p.m. But you now have hopefully the resources to not get completely fucked. I think we will call it here. This gives you some time to figure out what exactly you'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that seems reasonable.